Well, good morning and welcome. I'm so glad that you're here. And, it's a beautiful Thursday morning in Southeast Indiana. We've had quite a bit of rain, but today the sun is shining and it actually feels like an early spring morning. And that's a good feeling. It really is. So, well, listen, I'm glad you joined with me here on Bound to Excel. The purpose of this Thursday morning time is, first of all, hashtag Think Positive Thursday, because we live in such a negative environment at this time. And you understand this as well as I do, that we are struggling. We are struggling greatly with negativity, not only from the coronavirus, but also because of the politics in our country. And that is a big deal, let me tell you. So the COVID-19 and the politics, it's kind of crazy. And we can get a lot of clutter in our lives and a lot of stuff going on that just makes it so difficult to know exactly what to do. But the purpose that I have in doing these Thursday morning sessions at 10 a.m. Eastern Time is to bring some hope and positivity into each and every life, because I truly believe that. I truly believe that all things are possible if we believe and if we trust, if we know what we need to be doing, if we have our goals set in motion, if we have our dream machine, that dream factor I talk about in operation. That is a very important function. So I thank you so much for tuning in today. And why don't you go ahead and just say a word, say hello this morning. That way I'll see a name and be glad to see what you have to say. And hopefully this will be a total blessing to you. That is my purpose, my goal. That is my mission in life, is to help you live a good life. Because we struggle with all the stuff that comes against us. And we all have stuff. We all have a lot of things. And it's a very important situation in each of our lives that we make time. Yeah, I didn't say take time, because if we're looking for time to set aside, we'll never find it. So make the time, do it. Take it out of your busy life, if your life is busy. And that's something that we really have to work towards and come to understand the importance of what God wants to do in each of our lives. So today on hashtag Think Positive Thursday, I got to get used to this hashtag stuff, but it works because I know that you can, I think, Google hashtag Think Positive Thursday, and I think we're about the first ones come up on that list. So that's good. Hey, Ryan, thanks for being with me, man. Good to see you this morning. I hope things are going well, and appreciate you being there and signing on. All right. Well, let's get with it here. The subject I want to spend some time with everyone today is don't forget to declutter the mind. Whoa, declutter the mind. Wow. That is a big thing, because we talk a lot about decluttering, because we've all got some kind of clutter, whether it's the mail, all the little magazines and the little flyers that come in that we need to kind of look at and then put them in the recycle bin. They somehow end up getting into a clutter. At least that's the way it is at our house. But one of the things you notice when you start decluttering is how so much of the clutter in your house reflects the clutter in the mind. So if you're hanging on to clothes that don't fit, or that ugly vase, that mom got for you, and gee, what do I do with that? Gave you for Christmas, or the exercise bike you might get around to using. You don't just have a problem with too much stuff. You probably got a problem with letting go. Let's face it. So chances are you're also hanging on to a whole bunch of bad feelings, excuse me, ill-founded assumptions, and some old grievances and future worries. You know, someone said that if you're depressed, you're living in the past. If you are stressed to the max, you're living in the future because you don't know what tomorrow's bringing and you stress about it. But if you have peace, and I mean really down deep peace, you're living in the present. And that's where we all need to be. That is one of my goals here at the Center for Redirection, is to help people find that peace. Our Quaker friends have a saying that I really like. They say, they use the term centering down. Centering down. Think about that for a minute. What does centering down mean to you? Well, to me, it means that I am centering down. I am shifting focus. I am refocusing on what it means to really take a hold of my life and of everything else that's going on out there that concerns me. You know, there's nothing that I can do that coming to your house and helping you declutter your mind necessarily, other than give you these hints. I give you the ammunition to use. It's up to you to use the ammunition, if you will. And I think that's something that we need to always understand. So if it feels good to declutter your house, it feels even better to declutter your mind. And I've got some tips for you today that I want you to think about. So take these tips with you in order to make some space in your mind. Number one tip, not necessarily in an order of 1 to 5, but here's 5 tips. Use some meditation and prayer. Not medication and prayer. Medication can help, so I'm not against medication. But in this case, meditation and prayer, use that. You know, you don't have to do the full sitting on a cushion in a darkened room thing to benefit from meditation or prayer. However, if going into a dark room helps you to focus, that's my key word right now, focus, then do so. If you're feeling overwhelmed and overwound, so some simple breathing techniques can help you calm down and focus. Okay, like breathe in, breathe out through the mouth. Breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth. Breathe in, hold it. See how that works? And do that. Go ahead and do that with me again here. In the nose. All right. That kind of helps, you know. It kind of unwinds whatever's going on. And so I do that often as you need to. And I think that helps an awful lot to get our breathing and focus for a few minutes. Focus on your breathing and nothing else. If your mind wanders or gets back into the worrying groove, you must put that aside and come back to focus on your breath. Ask God to help you declutter. It's a process. You got that? I don't have a magic wand. I don't have a wand in my hands, right? Nope. So I don't have a wand to throw towards you. No magic glitter. It's something you got to do. And I'm giving you some tips here. This is something that's very important for you to be able to do. The second tip I have for you is write it down. Good idea, write this down. However, if you don't get a chance to, send me a message and I'll send you the sheet. And these are some things that this coronavirus shutdown has been good for me, because it's made me, it's disciplined me to get out here in my study and write up some things for you. And we've got tips on a lot of various things. And just real quick, send me a note saying, hey, give me that flyer about decluttering. And I'd be glad to email this back to you, okay? Be glad to do it. So write it down. By the way, hello everybody that's out there. Appreciate you signing on today. Write it down. It can help to write down anything that's on your mind. Once all those worries are down on paper, you can prioritize them and work out a plan to deal with them. You got to see it, okay? You can also assess them to identify what's essential and what isn't. When you can see what's important, you can focus your energy and free up some of that mental space. Get rid of some of that mental anguish that's going on. Hey, we all got to declutter, folks. I have to do it, and it's important. Okay, number 3. Are you with me? All right, here's number 3. Stay in the present right now. You're right here at 10:11 a.m. Eastern Time on this page in Facebook and on YouTube. And so right now, stay in the present. Brooding over the past and worrying about the future take up a lot of space in your mind and achieve precisely what? Nothing. Exactly, nothing. So that's something we have to keep in mind. Let go of regret over past mistakes or resentment of past slights and move on. Keep your focus on what you can influence right here, right now. If you catch this key, I'm talking about the present, getting back into the present time. This is so important. You know, so many times I have had people in my office that they are brooding over what they did in the past. They're brooding over stuff. Number one, there's unforgiveness. Unforgiveness toward themselves and unforgiveness towards someone else. And when there's unforgiveness, that means the door isn't closed on that yet. That means that we haven't dealt with it. So I'm telling you right now, you must find forgiveness to those that have trespassed against you. Now, does that mean you got to love them, like them, and all that stuff, be buddy, chummy? Not necessarily, because you do have to forgive, but you know, you take whatever that issue was and you learn from that issue how that you're going to live the future. That is important. So please keep that in mind. All right, number 4. We're up to number 4. Do one thing at a time. One thing. One thing. That's it. One thing. Multitasking is not only overrated, it's very, very inefficient. It also leads to greater anxiety. And you never do any one thing properly. Focus on doing things methodically and thoroughly. As you finish one task, move on to the next one. You know, that's one of the biggest things at the Center for Redirection that I've had to deal with in my personal life as well. Is, okay, I see this to be done, I have this to do, but I look over at the next desk and, oh yeah, there's something else. I have this, that, and the other. But I have to shift my focus back to one thing, and I must do it well. And I'm asking you to do the same thing. If you want to be successful, and I want you to be successful, that is my goal, my desire, to teach you how to operate within your dream factor. You know, we all have the ability to dream. I've got little signs in here: chase your dreams, dream big, so that you can do something significant in your life and for others. But do one of those things at a time, and it'll be okay. All right, we're up to number 5. Last one. Number 5. You still with me? I hope so. And be sure to ask for the sheet I'll send it to you. So control all the incoming data or data. Depends on where you're at. After watching Star Trek, it's data, right? Uh, so control all the incoming data. And we've got a lot of incoming. We talk about being available 24/7 and the 24-hour news cycle, but there is only one person who can control that. You want to guess who that is? You. You're the one person that can control that. So you can choose to switch off your computer, your smartphone, and the TV and control the amount of data your brain is trying to process. And during this COVID-19, the pandemic thing, you know, we just have to monitor how much input from the news sources. I write a weekly newspaper column for the Daily News here in Greensburg, Indiana, and you know, and even at that, I watch how much paper reading that I do, because it's what the eyes see. And then when we have our TV sets on, it's what we not only see, it's what we hear. And we're hearing a lot of stuff, right? A lot of stuff. So I'm sharing with you this morning the importance of controlling that, because that is your ability. That is your job. You are the one that has the function to do that, to control how much of this 24/7 stuff that you want. You know, one of the biggest things that that I see as a problem is in the middle of the night we wake up, go to the bathroom, or wake up for whatever reason, or maybe haven't even got to sleep yet, and we get out the old phone, right? You know, that is being detrimental to your health, to your sleep. It disturbs it, because your body is trying to shut down. Your body is trying to finally slow down, to regroup, and to get fired up again for the next day. And here you are on your phone and one of the social media pages, and it just keeps you going and going and going. So decluttering your mind will pay off in all sorts of ways you hadn't imagined. You will be more productive, less stressed, and more motivated. You need more motivation in your life today? Then start to de-stress. Start to declutter. Getting rid of stuff that you don't need anymore. Stuff in the old brain that's connected with the spirit that just, it really gets to you. Hey, we all struggle with it. And during this pandemic, when we've been home so much of the time, it has caused problems. And many people have reported how they have had some really strange dreams, okay? So keep that in mind. All right, I hope you've enjoyed this session today. I've enjoyed bringing it to you. I love doing this stuff. I really do. And I hope that you really do well. Declutter your mind, declutter your spirit, declutter your environment. That's going to help tremendously. And that's something you can do. And hey, who knows? Maybe you can call on somebody to come and help you declutter stuff that's in your house or your office or whatever. All right, now I'd like to remind you that you can go to our website. That's bound2excel.com, bound2excel, EXCEL.com. And we've got some things there that you can tap into. Some of my books. I have authored 4 books, 3 of which are finished, and they're available. The 4th book is forthcoming, and that is entitled Born to Win, Bound to Excel, Unlocking Your Dream Factor. That's going to be out soon. I'll be sure to tell you about it. And so here on Facebook, go ahead and like this page if you haven't already. And we'll be sure to stay in touch with you, okay? Hey, I wish you well with everything. You have a great day and a great rest of your week. And remember this, you are bound to win. Bye.